Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another Dungeons & Dragons campaign story. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, and if you haven't seen my other videos, follow the playlist link in the description. The party spends a good part of the session wandering around town looking for trouble. Baracus keeps getting antsy about wanting to use his poison on a mysterious target, and the druid and ranger have to remind him it's currently broad daylight. They decide to go over to the bank and see Old Man Jenkins, sonny! He is unsurprised to see them again and facilitates the consolidation of their coins. My players like having condensed wallets since every 50 coins weighs a pound, and you can imagine how carrying 8,000 coins might add up after a while. Baracus decides he wants to play a little trick on Old Man Jenkins and rolls to deceive the old banker into believing that he, Baracus, is nobility from hell. He succeeds but isn't terribly satisfied with the results when he learns that Old Man Jenkins' business model is the equivalent of a wildcat bank. The party decides to head to the cathedral and gather intel. This building is massive. The ranger is justified in wanting to buy it. Baracus thinks we should burn it down when we're done. Yeah, I was waiting for that. At this point, Baracus lets slip in front of Mr. Lawful Good that he bought poison, which until now the paladin had no idea why Baracus was so intent on getting inside the cathedral. An argument ensues, but the paladin agrees that something should be done about the priest, just that death should be used as a last resort. It seems we have a slow learner on our hands. The cathedral's special guards are, perhaps obviously, stationed out front, monitoring the non-existent flow of traffic into the building. The party discusses the best way to get inside. Climb a rope? A little too high. Dig a tunnel? How inconspicuous. They decided to have the paladin rely on his noble status to influence the guards. The paladin walks up. We're here on official business. Stand aside. Rolls a 19. All right. The guards are surprised to see so many non-humans requesting access, but grudgingly allow the party to enter. The players see their quarry talking to who appears to be the high priestess of the cathedral. The two are standing at a central altar between a pair of doors that lead downstairs to the crypts and close to a set of stairs that leads upwards and out of sight. The paladin goes up to confront the priest, but Baracus holds him back, saying, "Not yet. Baracus wants to find where they keep the food." The party discusses their options and decides between two choices. Baracus falls asleep on a nearby bench to wait for nighttime, reducing the possibility he'll get caught with his poison. Our druid, thinking cleverly, summons a small herd of rats that scamper up to the front of the cathedral and throw themselves at the high priestess. The logic was that the rats will cause panic and remove the high priestess from the field of combat, leaving the party free to capture the priest. It worked incredibly effectively. At first, not used to the filth of the outside world, the high priestess loses her mind and runs up some stairs to the unknown area. Baracus wakes up from the commotion, and the priest, now red in the face and practically breathing fire, starts screaming at everyone. "Defilers! Bunglers! You will desecrate this holy place no more!" The party moves in to confront him, but he erratically dumps dirt jars on the ground, places black stones on each pile, and dumps disgusting smelling water on them. The players almost have him. Come on guys, don't let the crazy stop you. The priest begins chanting in low, guttural tones, causing the piles of whatever it was to vanish. Oh boy. The party hears crashing downstairs, but they're hoping it was just a careless acolyte dropping something at just the right angle to make that noise. The exertion of the spell causes the priest to age considerably on the spot and fall unconscious. Baracus picks him up with a big grin on his face, and the players go to leave the cathedral when skeletons appear at the top of the stairs on both sides. Everyone heaves an exasperated sigh. The druid and paladin each take a side, trying to block the skeletons from leaving, while the ranger shoots at any who make it further into the cathedral. Baracus decides after the first round of fighting that he's going to pursue his enemies. He stealths up to the altar and vanishes up the stairs. The noise from the battle is deafening. Guards peer their heads in and see the skeletons emerging from the crypts. You can almost smell the angst as they decide whether or not they should help. To the player's surprise, a platoon of guard arrives and marches into battle. It's clear they're not really interested in risking their lives, but they recognize the importance of keeping this event contained. Meanwhile, Baracus continues sneaking upstairs until he reaches a room with a door left ajar. The high priestess is inside and still dealing with the summoned rats. He stealths into attack range and stabs her through the ribcage. She shrieks in agony, spits blood on the ground, and vanishes, having used a nearby set of runes to escape to safety, or death, who knows. Baracus mutters to himself and creeps back down the stairs. Back downstairs, the remaining players and the guards have dealt with the skeletons Or so they thought, until two plate-clad skeletons burst through the floor and decapitate a pair of guards. Another pair of guards barricade the doors leading outside, and everyone turns their attention to this new threat. It's pretty sad, honestly. Every time these new skeletons attack a guard, it's almost a guaranteed kill. Guards are dropping left and right until these jerks are destroyed. In the commotion, Baracus snuck downstairs and repeatedly stabbed the priest who summoned the skeletons. He then realizes what he has done in front of the guards and sneaks back upstairs to hide in a closet for the remainder of the day. I have him roll for stealth. Natural 20. He goes invisible inside the closet. Downstairs, the paladin attempts to persuade the guards that the party was investigating rumors of a necromancer and uses the evidence of the skeletons as proof for his claim. He rolls a 17 and the guards roll a natural 1 on their counter. Yeah, buddy. The ranger, druid, and paladin leave the cathedral and let the guards do the cleanup. During the cleanup, the guards investigate the chamber where Baracus is hiding. I have them roll perception. Natural 20. Baracus starts to sweat profusely. I have him roll stealth, telling him that a 20 or higher is going to keep him hidden. He rolls a 12 and gets an added 8 from his modifier. He sits there, uncomfortably, for 6 hours until nighttime, rejoins the rest of the players, declines to mention any of his stabby activities, and goes to sleep. I suppose this story speaks volumes about Baracus' opinion on justice. Tune in next week to see what repercussions, if any, come from stabbing the High Priestess. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you get informed when I post. I'll see you guys next time.